crying in there, making woman gestures like, I can't.
Mike Tyson on his way met quite a few frostbitten fighters, whom he hated. But he experienced the worst anger towards the enemy only once. After all, that opponent allowed himself a lot of dirty statements, and when Tyson was still young, he made fun of him in front of the whole boxing team, but in the end he will regret it after he meets the power of Mike Tyson. Friends, be sure to watch to the end and subscribe to my channel. Tyrell Biggs was an incredibly talented and strong boxer. His huge stature allowed him to dominate the amateur ring. At the same time, Mike Tyson also climbed to the top of amateur boxing, and his dream was an Olympic medal. However, it so happened that the American team had to choose between Mike Tyson and Tyrell Biggs. Tyson has never been famous for his great stature, but this did not prevent him from knocking out taller opponents due to his style, power, and speed. But the national team was not impressed with the height of Mike Tyson, which is why they leaned in favor of the taller Tyrell Biggs. This was a strong blow to Iron Mike, because his dream fell into the ground because of simply the taller Biggs. Well, then there was an incident because of which in the future this fight for Tyson will become personal. Before leaving for the Olympic Games, a frustrated Mike came to the hall to wish the participants good luck. He approached Biggs and wanted to shake his hands, to which he asked Tyson what he had forgotten there among the participants of the Olympic Games. This episode will be deposited in Tyson's head, and since then he will hold a grudge against his future opponent. Biggs won a medal and then moved on to professional sports.
Now Biggs comes back with a shot of his own. Oh, a right hand catches Snipes, and down he drops the left shoulder. He starts to throw his own right, and he walks right into a right.
But now, as a surprise, at the time when Biggs took his first steps, Tyson was already an incredibly famous boxer. He became the youngest champion and knocked out every opponent with incredible fury.
He's standing way outside. Look how he stands straight up.
And at one point, Biggs began to show aggressive behavior and challenged Tyson to a fight. Biggs began provoking Tyson on social media and in interviews, claiming that he was ready to beat Tyson in one round and that he was bigger, stronger, and faster than his opponent. Tyson responded to the challenge by stating that he was ready to enter the ring against Biggs and show everyone who is the best fighter. The intensity of passions only increased when Biggs appeared at Tyson's training session and began to provoke him on the air. Tyson, unable to withstand the onslaught, struck several blows to Biggs, as a result of which he was forced to leave the hall. Despite the fact that this happened even before the start of the official fight, the incident became the subject of discussion in the press and aroused great interest among boxers and fans.
The #1 challenger in the world, Tyrell Biggs! Mike Tyson!
November 1987, a lot of spectators gathered in the arena, waiting for a dynamic and spectacular duel. Mike Tyson is incredibly aggressive. Previously, fans had not seen Tyson so focused on the fight. Tyrell, on the other hand, did not yet understand what he would face in just a couple of tens of minutes, because he was as sure as possible that he would move Mike Tyson. So the fight begins. Tyrell Biggs, like Muhammad Ali, began to flit around the ring and shoot Tyson with his fast jabs.
Puncher, and that's what they want from Biggs, to get that kind of leverage. See, a jab is very effective. Whether or not Biggs...
When, like Mike Tyson, in his usual manner, he tried to shoot his opponent with one accurate hit. But still, throughout the round, Biggs moved perfectly and shot Tyson, while Mike had only one combination.
Stationary, which is wrong. And come with that right hand.
That was a quick hand right by Tyrell Biggs.
The fight looked competitive, but everyone was waiting for what would happen when Tyson hit Tyrell.
Of patterns, Biggs feels that Tyson actually
throw the jab like he's doing now, not
pattern in Tyrell.
The second round was completely different from the first.
And I admit it was 5 years ago. Really bothered.
There's the hook again because his hands are down.
By that time, Tyson had already found his rhythm and distance. He began to hit more and more, and everyone was felt for Tyrell more and more.
Now we see him head.
Stevenson beat Biggs.
Biggs, on the other hand, was no longer so sharp and fast in movements. He increasingly locked himself at the ropes and allowed himself to punch the most severe blows. And as we know, you can't miss punches if you fight Mike Tyson, because sooner or later it will end in a knockout.
Like I said, you can't do that. A lot of leverage.
And in the second round it smelled fried when Mike by the end of the segment began to hit almost every powerful blow.
Forgot about his game.
The turning point came when Mike hit a heavy left hook that shook Biggs.
What he said he was going to do. Huge left hand there by Tyson.
Then the whole plan of the long opponent began to crumble. Biggs' punches seemed childish compared to Tyson's hits.
Biggs come back with and does the most damage.
There was a big right hand, best punch of the fight.
That was the left hook. That was the left hook I was talking about.
Tyson enjoyed every second of the fight.
The way that Biggs is moving, and he throws it.
Remember, it was a pretty good job done by Aiden. And a combination by Tyson, a left and a right. Days. Another left hand, and there's a great shot.
His legs don't look steady. Cut looks even uglier.
In the fifth round, as the gong rang, Mike immediately struck the hardest right and reminded his opponent who is who.
And so we start the fifth round. The fifth round, and Tyson is right on.
The advantage of Iron Mike grew with each passing second, when, like Biggs, he clearly no longer wanted to be in the ring with such a beast. All attempts to answer Mike were even, because a second later Tyson responded with a tougher blow.
The same cut.
By the seventh round, Tyson clearly tired of beating a long-time opponent, and he decided to end the fight. At first there was a brutal left hook after which Biggs fell into the ring.
Oh, that
was a tremendous.
Well, then there was the most brutal finishing, after which the referee stopped the fight.
And Tyson going around, there's a left hook.
And what we've seen has happened so often.
After Tyson won a crushing victory, he decided to finish off the enemy by ridiculing him in front of the whole world.
What broke him down? Was it just constantly body punches? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there, making woman gestures like, I can't, but I knew that he was breaking down soon.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like my friends.